Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 and welcome to my Psychic Connection. I'm your host for the night, Kay, the Intuitive Empath, but you, my friends, of course, can call me Kay. If you're just coming in, welcome, and hey, how are you doing? Drop in the comments how your day's going. How are you? What's happening? It's good to see all of you guys here. We've got a lot of great show for you guys. Of course, we got some lightning round for you and some emoji contests. So start putting all those emojis in the comments because the person who puts the most emojis later on in the show will get a free reading from me. Okay. And that'll be the only general I'm passing out tonight. So that'll be fun. And now, of course, we do have some house rules for you guys. To get on the list, it's quite simple. All you have to do is post your specific question, no general. We save general for mypsychicconnection.com, where there are advisors happy to help you 24/7. Me, I'm one of them. Okay. Aside from when I'm here with you all. Okay. You get on the list when the bell rings for your 2 minutes. Well, then that symbolizes that's the end of your reading. If you would like to donate for a more in-depth reading or guarantee a reading tonight, all you have to do is click on journeyrhymellive.com/donations, and you can go ahead and you can donate for a quick read, a mini, a medium, or a mega. Many mediums and megas are untimed, and they go for as long as they go. Megas, you guys get up to 4 questions. So, if you got a whole bunch of things you're thinking over, mulling over, that's the one for you. And of course, a portion of all of our donations do go to Shriners Children's Hospital, who have been around and they've been helping people who are with low income and with no cost, okay? Or anyone can go there and get help. So it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful charity, and one of the many that we do participate in. So if there's any charities you guys are wanting to get in on, this is a great platform that helps that. And also your donations do help keep this platform up and running. So if you guys got it, go ahead and give it, because we couldn't wait all these wonderful readings today. I see those emojis coming on in, and I love to see them. Keep pushing those. You guys know I love the green hearts and the butterflies. Green hearts and butterflies. If you're just joining us, why don't you tell me where you guys are tuning in from? And if you guys want to jump into the live chat, it's simple. All you guys have to do is log into YouTube or Facebook, and you guys can get in on the live chat, and you guys can have some fun with us here too. Now, you guys know I'm the quote girl, okay? You got a funny quote, a serious quote, a quote that makes you think, a quote that gets you through some tough times. Guys, go ahead and drop those quotes in there. I love reading those throughout the show as well. They really keep me uplifted. You guys know I love the quotes. Of course, we got some Crystal Corner a little bit later. Jasmina says she's from Canada. Hello, Canada. And Diamond says she's from Cincinnati. Hello, Diamond from Cincinnati, my neighbor here in Pennsylvania. Kiara says, hope your Monday was well, Kay. It has been, and it's even better because I get to be here with all of you. Catherine says, hey, everyone. Hey, Catherine. How is everyone? Now, listen, it's hot here in PA, okay? It's hot. It's 92 degrees today here. Was it exceptionally hot for anyone else? Because I was sweating, okay? I was sweating. I was like, whoo. But I took me a little nap outside, so I still enjoyed my earthiness. Speaking of earthy, hey, Virgos. Hello, my Virgos. Happy birthday to you. Is there any Virgos in the house? Happy birthday, my control freaks. Diamond says, it's hot here. Yes, honey. This one of the ones where you need the fan around your neck for the day. Squirrel has a quote. Squirrel says, our belief is often strongest when it should be weakest. That is the nature of hope. And that quote is from Brandon Sanderson. Oh, I love it. And I love the fact that you cited it, okay? Okay. I love a cited quote. Kiara says, thank you for coming live on a Monday and being a superhero. Oh, now that was a compliment. Like I told my son somebody called me a superhero today, okay? Flips here. All right, guys. I hope you guys are all having a good time. Ready for a great show. Tina says, hi, Kay. Hello, Miss Tina. Don't forget, we've got that emoji contest, and continue to put those emojis. Guys, interact with me. talk to me. If you like what you're hearing, if you got a question on something, please feel free to put that in the chat. If you're listening in and you want to jump in and get social with us, you guys can jump on over. And if anybody's having any technical issues, YouTube is the spot to go, okay? And you guys can always rewind and go back to see if you've missed something. That being said, I'm ready to get this show up and running. Let's go ahead and see who we have up first. Ooh, you guys hear that? Okay, we've got the lightning round. Okay, now the lightning round is a lot of fun, guys. You guys get to ask me as many yes or no questions as you can think of. And yes, you can ask more than one question. Okay, post as many of those yes, no questions as you guys in the comments. And I've got a couple of minutes to get through all of them. Okay, now I like to work, so make me work. Ask me some tough ones. All I can answer is yes, no, or undetermined. Okay, so make sure it's in a nice yes or no format. General questions are a little bit harder to touch on, and I will not do any life or death, guys. But besides that, I'm all for all of the good questions, all of the juicy ones. So let's go ahead and see who we have first. We have Jasmina. Jasmina says, will I get the job? Yes. Diamond says, is my relationship over with L? No. Jasmina, will I get money? Yes. Diamond, will I receive my settlement check this week? No. Emma Rose, will I ever get happily married? Yes. Jazzy, will my finances pick up? Yes. Jasmina, will I travel? Yes. Tina, is my relationship with Frank S. moving forward? No. Kiara, will I be laid off this year? No. Diamond, will I find a new job? Yes. Tina, will my finances get better? Yes. Diamond, is the other party stalling? Yes. Emma, should I spend more time alone with myself so I can learn to love myself for who I am again? Yes. Jasmina, will I start my new job next week? Yes. Diamond, will I have enough to cover my bill this week? Ooh, no. Amanda, is my husband talking to someone else, like trying to cheat? No. Vanessa, will my work hours stay the same? Yes. Okay. That was the end of the lightning round. You guys did an amazing job. Those were you guys had some questions on there. There was a few of them that I was like, there could have been a little bit more I could have, but I couldn't because it's lightning round. So all I can give you is yes or no. But if you had more of a question from something that you asked and it made you go, feel free to put in the comments. Make sure it's a specific question. And if you want to go ahead and get a more girthy reading, jump the line, you guys can go ahead and donate to journeywearinglive.com/donations. Guys, don't forget, we do still have an emoji contest that is going on throughout the show. It's simple to get in. It's still very early in the show. You have plenty of time to catch up. If you haven't started already, go ahead and start putting those emojis in the comments. I'm loving the green hearts. I'm loving the butterflies. You guys know that's my thing. It catches my eye. Emma says, just because I'm right doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means you haven't seen life from my side. And that quote is from Emma. That's a good quote, Emma. I like that. Absolutely. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see who we have up next. We have Jazzy. Jazzy says, can you tell me what Mo's intentions are, please? Let's go ahead and see what Mo's intentions are. So right now, it definitely seems as though Mo is trying to work on or work through building like a relationship or a connection. There seems to be a lot of energy here where like, this is new, this is fresh, and I want to pour my emotions in. I want to show this like best version I can of myself. So right now you're getting this, I almost want to say kind of gleaned on version of them, like where they're doing everything they can to make you see all the good in them. You haven't got to see some of the layers though. So I would say be mindful of that because that'll come. And that's not necessarily say it's all bad or anything like that. It's just to say, hey, they've got their junk and so do you. Everybody's got their junk, got to work through it. Their intention seems to be very pure. This person seems to, right now they've learned from some of the past mistakes that they've made, and right now they see you almost as like that light, that gift at the end, if you will, what they've worked for, and almost the test of if this is something that they can keep up with. I think you guys are both learning lessons for each other. I think you guys are both growing and healing in your own ways, in your own directions. But if you guys pour the right energy into each other, you'll notice how far you guys really can get. I love the softness that seems to be about him, because that softness is very receptive to you. Even if you're having a tough day, even if you're lashing out in the moment, like this person will see and hear you through all the way. They can recognize where you've had some struggles, and they can recognize how strong you are now. Like they see the good in you. I'm going to say this relationship has some legs on it. All right, my love. That's all the time we have. But thank you so much for your wonderful question. And, keep riding, keep going with this relationship. The thing I always like to tell people is every relationship is unique. They're all different, and they all have value to bring. You can learn something from everyone. It's up to you to take that time to really evaluate yourself and put yourself in another person's shoes. You can learn, you can grow a lot. Journey says silence is golden, duct tape is silver. Jazzy says thank you, Kay. And there was like shade all with that, and I enjoyed that quote. Thank you. It was a good one. If you guys have any quotes, funny quotes, serious quotes to make you think, you guys know I love a quote. So tell me all of them. All right, I see you guys battling it out in this emoji contest over here, and I'm gonna say keep on keeping on, because there's a read to give out. There is a read to be had. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump into our next question. Brooke says, hello, love. I was wondering if you could take a look into my finances for the rest of 2024. I'm planning on doing a lot of things coming up, and I have a wedding in less than a year, and I'm a bit nervous. Okay, let me see the first part of that question one more time. All right, so we are looking into the finances. All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Finances don't truly step up and improve until after your wedding, after your reunion. This is when things start to kind of come together for you. Now, this isn't to say it's going to be all bad and all tight and all this and that, but honey, you're going to be dishing out a lot, honey. You are going to be, you and your partner are going to be out here working hard. Now, the thing is because you've got this demand, you by Queen of Wands, you got this demand, this fire in you, if you will, like, I got to have what I want. And it's my money and I need it now. But it's like, it's my things, it's my wedding, it's my trip, it's my this, it's my that. And you want to have it all. You can have it all, but understand that you won't be able, like, you're going to have to take a settle back year after that. Okay. So do all the things that you want to enjoy, be budget friendly around all of your things. Pay attention to your partner, because they may also have some good advice for you. I know that's tough for you to hear, but know that things will get better. I feel like it'll definitely be more into next year. This will be post your wedding. You'll be like, wow, like I've got some things here now where I can actually save. And whether that be for the long run of something big, or maybe it's for another year of trips and a good time. nonetheless, you'll actually be able to put some things to the side, like a rainy day fund, if you will. So things will get better for now. I think you may be a little bit more reliant on like odd jobs and ends and things like that's the bell. All right, so that is the end of the reading. But my love, of course, if you want to have more in-depth reading, if you want to get a little bit more juice, yeah, all you guys have to do is go ahead and donate to journeyrhineline.com/donations. And if you guys liked your reading, if you like anything you're hearing tonight, remember you can leave me a review on journeyrhineline.com/reviews. And remember, right now we do have that competition that's going on, that if you leave your review with your name, it's going in onto the YouTube shorts, and you get into it for a chance for a reading, okay, with one of the advisors here. So it's definitely something you guys want to check out. All right, let's go ahead and dive into another reading. We have Kiara. Kiara says, hey Kay, just wondering, when will a new lover that excites and satiates me come in place? Not looking for serious, just someone worthwhile that'll respect me, excite me, and satiate me. Oh, I'm hearing all the underlying to that, okay? All right. I see you. Let's go and see. Kiara says, whoa. All right, I'm going to be honest. I don't see someone for a little bit of time, honey. You got a little bit of a disconnect here, and I feel like that's because you're supposed to find a little bit of excitement in yourself. This may be a time where you're supposed to go and find the things that bring you joy. Piece all of these little things together. Now, a little play thing that you couldn't take too serious, because they'll be just that, just a little play thing. I feel like you may have that here in this winter season, a little seasonal boo, if you will. But I feel as though something more serious, you got a little time for that. So what I would say is enjoy the time that you have with your seasonal fling, you know, allow that energy to just be what that is, but understand that is like, all right, we're not going to be sitting here buying the off brand and then expecting the name brand results. Okay, it's not going to be the same thing. Okay, so just understand that what you got here is going to be someone who's just here for a good time, not a long time. Enjoy their company. Know that you have something more serious. I want to say more towards the summer of next year. So buckle up and get ready for that. But for the here and now, enjoy it. Let it be fun. Kiara says, yes, I don't need serious or attachments. Yeah, this is, I'm telling you, this is going to be a wintertime boo thing, okay? Where you guys will be able to go out, enjoy yourselves, you know, things like that. This person may take you out. They got a little money, not a lot of money, but a little something to still be able to let you have a good time. Embrace the fun. Be free. I love the holidays. Like, this time of year, when we start kicking into like the October through December, like October through January is just a great time. February, if you got a boo thing, February's all right. But, you know, October through December is a great time. We've got Halloween. I'm a Halloween lover. Kiara says, thank you. You're welcome. I'm a Halloween lover. What's you guys' favorite holiday? Okay. And I guarantee it's probably something at the end of the year. I do like Christmas because I like to give gifts. I like to receive gifts, but I'm like a gift giver. I like picking out gifts. I like helping my friends shop. I like seeing what other people get. I like seeing the joy on someone's face when they open up something. Like the only thing next to Christmas that's like chef's kiss is a birthday, because like everybody has their own individual birthday. You know what I mean? Like your birthday is your day. Kiara says September through December is always my favorite time of the year. Yes, Kiara, and it looks beautiful out too. Like the fall leaves, the scent. Like, can you smell fall? Fall smells like leaves, like crunchy leaves and apples to me. It's all the good things. I love the season. Tis be the season. But you guys let me know what holidays you guys love. What time of year do you guys love? Emma says, my favorite day of the year is September 1st because it's the official kickoff of the fall season. I love that. Yes. And the harvest moon is in September, October range as well. Well, guys, look at that. It is time for an enchanted spread. All right. So, guys, we do the enchanted spreads on the YouTube channel. And basically, if you know, I love a fairy tale, a good fairy tale. This one today we have is the red shoes. And the fairy tales they are the Grimm's version, guys. So they're not the sweet and sappy, lovey-dovey ones. I'm a raw storyteller. So be prepared. The Red Shoes is a story of a girl who virtually was not as wealthy, and she had some shoes. She wore them all over the place. Her mother ended up passing. She ends up getting adopted. And this woman is a lot wealthier, and she can afford and basically have whatever she wants. Well, this girl, she wants a pair of these red shoes. And even despite it not being the proper attire to wear to certain places, she just wanted to have them on. So, of course, like any good fairy tale, there's a lesson to be learned here. And she was cursed with these red shoes, that she would never be able to take them off, and that she would always have to dance so long as these shoes were on her feet. And basically, she sold her soul for these red shoes. Well, obviously, she ended up being exhausted and so tired, and she had missed out on a lot of very important things. Her mother's passing, special events at places, being able to go to church. And she weeps, and she gets so exhausted because she's dancing and dancing and dancing, despite her legs starting to hurt, her toes starting to bleed. She's going through all of this gruesome problems, all because of this desire that she had for these shoes. Eventually, she goes to the woodcutter's house and asks them to cut off her feet. And they said, "Do you realize that I'm an executioner?" She's like, "I don't care. Take my legs. I've learned my lesson. I don't want to have anything to do with this anymore." So, of course, they cut her legs. And even still, her feet still continue to dance. They still haunted her. And she had to pray and beg for forgiveness. And it was granted to her. And she was able to live the rest of her life now more humbly. Now, what this story's meaning in it and its detail that goes behind it is saying how obsession can change us, how we can want and crave something so bad that we can put this idea of how wonderful and perfect it can be, i.e. relationships, right? Or a lot of times, or jobs, sometimes, or friendships. We can peg it up as this big, beautiful thing, and we can't see how much it's truly hurting us and tearing us down and causing us to lose the things that we value all around us. This indicates how pleasure can now become an addiction. Something that we've desired can now become a nasty habit. How you can have an unhealthy attachment in your life. And this may be a time for you to pull away from that. This may be a time to take steps to free yourself from any of your compulsions. Seek help and support in gaining a sense of control and reassert yourself to your life. You can take back your power, but it may be at a cost. So if you're hearing this story right now, whether you're listening to this now or a little bit later, if you're hearing this, understand that there may be something that's in your life that is draining you, but you welcomed it in, and you may be making excuses for it at this point. It's time to cut these unhealthy attachments. It's time to change this addiction around. It's time to gain control back over your life. And it may come at a cost, and it may hurt, but understand there's value and there's lessons in everything that we do. Okay, so this is the story of the red shoes. I hope you guys enjoyed this fairy tale. It's definitely one that is a little bit more gruesome, but there's so much value and morals to this story that one can learn. So I hope you guys enjoyed this enchanted spread. And of course, there's more enchanted spreads that you guys can watch all throughout the YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and see what we have. Oh, Journey says, "I'm busy right now. Can I ignore you some other time?" Absolutely. Let's go ahead and see what we have up next. We have Gemma. Gemma says, "My cat Bonnie is quite depressed and not really eating. The vet said there's nothing physically wrong with her, so it seems it could be psychological. Could you see if there's anything upsetting her?" Well, one thing I think is just the environment that Bonnie is in, okay? So you may want to change some of the energy that's around. Maybe liven up the area that's there. Also putting some positive intentions around your area, even you being uplifting, doing some fun activities, because I do feel as though the energy does seem as though it's kind of dropping down in a certain way. Um, and I don't think that this is anything that's actually physically wrong with the cat. I would have to agree with your vet there. I don't think that there's anything that you can change in part in like food or anything like that that'll make things any better. I don't think there's a health condition or anything of that nature. But I do think that your cat is feeling the energy that's around, may have some senses of anxiety and things like that that are kind of going on as well. So it's just making that environment kind of a smoother place, bringing in some more positive energy, changing the perspective around the house, the way you guys are interacting, um, what you're kind of listening to, things you're kind of doing. Are you having a lot of emotions around your pet as well? What's kind of going on in the whole circumference of things? Because I feel like that dynamic in itself will help change. So maybe start doing some things to kind of just bring that energy up. Also, animal Reiki is 100% a thing. So you could even realign some of the chakras for your animal as well. So if you know a Reiki practitioner or you have one, that would also be a great one for you to do as well. I think that your cat will definitely be fine. I do see that you'll be able to kind of get over this hump, but I think the energy definitely just has to change, my love. Okay. So I hope that helps. I always love the pet readings and pet communication, because there's so many layers to them. And sometimes we don't think that they can feel certain emotions that we can feel, and we don't think about certain things in that way. So no, if your animal is feeling a little bit off, your animal's, acting a little bit different, you're noticing some things are a little bit off, there may be. Pay attention to all that. They've got emotions too. And there is a thing such as called animal empaths, and animal empaths are able to connect with animals and pets better than they are with actual humans. So you may notice that you may be a little bit shyer around people, but whenever you're around animals, they love you. You can have dogs and cats and birds and things that are always around, or notice you're always seeing certain animals come and drift over to you. So you may be an animal empath if you're feeling any of those things. Emma says, I'd rather dance in my very own world completely alone instead of being miserable, blending in with everyone else's worlds. And that is an Emma quote. Emma, whenever you get an Emma quote, we're going to just put Emma quote. Thank you, Emma, for that quote. And if you guys have any quotes, make sure you guys post those. I see the emoji contest still rolling on through. So if you guys have anything that you guys want to get a free reading on here a little bit later, you may want to get those emojis rolling. All right, guys. And don't forget, we have some great shows throughout the week that are upcoming. We've got Whispers from the Forest with Psychic Squirrel, and of course, Energy's upcoming on Wednesday as well. So we've got a lot of great shows for you guys. Let's go ahead and see what we have up next. And it's time for the lightning round. All right, guys, you heard what time it is. It is the lightning round. That means you guys get a chance to post as many yes or no questions as you can in the comments. Remember, all I can answer is yes, no, or undetermined. Now, make sure you guys do post specific questions. Don't make them too general, because it's hard to give you guys an exact yes or no answer to that. But in the meanwhile, make them hard. Make me work. Make me think. Okay, because I love the lightning round. I love all the random questions that we get, and I love all the thoughts that I have to get the right answers for you guys. That is so much fun. Let's go ahead and get this game started and see who we have up first. We have Lighthouse. Lighthouse says, will Scott and I reconcile? Yes. Jasmina says, is M jealous of me? Ooh, yes. Scorpio, will my kids show up at the family reunion in September? Oh, no. Oh, there's more to that. Lighthouse, will I ever talk to Janice again? Yes. Scorpio, will I be getting a job in the next month? No. KK says, Will my sister buy a house with a second kitchen and a full bathroom for me? No. Lighthouse, will Scott break no contact? Yes. Scorpio, will I find a partner this year? No. Emma, should I journal more often? Yes. KK, will I sell my house in early next year? Yes. Scorpio, will I ever get married again? Yes. Vanessa, is Vina planning on moving? Yes. Jasmina, will September be better for me? No. Amanda, is my marriage going to make it through this? Yes. KK, will I get full price for my home? No. Scorpio, is my dog depressed? Yes. Vanessa, are Vina and Rick getting married? Yes. Amanda, will my friend and her kids be moving soon? Yes. KK, will my sister get full price for her house? Yes. KK, will I get married again? No. Lighthouse, will Scott break no contact in September? Yes. Zion, I hope I'm saying your name right. Do you see any life partner for me? Yes. Scorpio, does my dog suffer from separation anxiety? Yes. All right, guys, that'll do it. That's the end of the lightning round. You guys did an absolutely amazing job. You guys had some tricky questions on there. There were some of them, it wasn't quite so easy as a yes or no. I gave you a yes or no, but it was tough. A few of you guys were a little bit tough. There was more. KK says, thank you. Oh, no, thank you. Thank you guys so much for playing along. We can't have a show without you guys, right? So I love always like talking to you guys, kind of getting into you guys' heads, seeing what's going on with you all. It's a big thing to open up and ask the question, and it's even bigger to receive an answer. Sometimes answers that we don't even like or we don't care for. But understand this, it's sometimes those tough answers that, those are the ones we really need to hear. Okay, so take those in. Vanessa says, I love the lightning round. So do I. It's a lot of fun. It's jam-packed. It's throwing a lot of energy out there. Journey says, light travels faster than sound. This is why some people appear bright until they speak. Scorpio says, thank you so much. You confirmed everything that I already thought about my dog, and it's nice to have that confirmation. Of course, I'm so happy to help my love. Lighthouse says, thank you. Oh, no. Thank you. Thank you. And I see you guys kicking those emojis. And yes, indeed, the emoji contest is still going on. And yes, I am still accepting quotes. So guys, still make sure you're putting those quotes. And if you guys want to guarantee a reading tonight, you guys know what to do. Hop on over to journeygrindlive.com/donations. And you can guarantee a read with a quick read, a mini, a medium, or a mega. Now remember, the mini, medium, and megas are in time, and they go for as long as they go. And if you guys love this show, you're going to love the show tomorrow with Whispers from the Forest with Psychic Thrill. Check her out at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She's there every week. You guys don't want to miss it. She's the one who tells the jokes on her show. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see what we have up next. All right, we have Amanda. Amanda says, is my marriage going to make it through this hard time? All right, Amanda, let's go ahead and see. It is, but you guys have a struggle, Amanda. I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you, not one bit. What I'm going to tell you is understand that there's a lot of things that I feel like have been revealed to you. I feel like as far as it goes, the trust has been severely severed, and you are feeling very almost just trapped in the energy in the here and now. It's almost as though the things you had faith or you believed in before, this person has made you really second guess or question. I feel like there's a time of separation. There's a time where you guys definitely just step back. I feel like you need to clear your mind. I feel like there's a little bit of healing that you need to do. And then it seems as though you kind of are able to break down and you guys are able to actually have, it's a layered conversation that needs to be had. I feel like there's things that this person is still needing to open up and confess to you that they're needing to be honest about, because there's questions that you have and I feel like they've dangled some of the truth in front of you, and I feel like that's the thing that's hard for you to accept because you still have questions. There's still things where you are feeling very, very unresolved, and I think that's keeping you up. Like this card here speaks everything to me. I feel like there's so much here that you are stuck in your mind about. You can't quite see out. It'll take time, and I really feel like it's going to take a lot of honesty, brutal and upfront. And I think you know that as well before you're able to actually truly forgive and to be able to move forward. I feel like this is going to be something that's going on probably for the course of about 8 months before you guys are actually kind of more on the solid ground. That's a tough one, honey. And I want to go ahead and just send you some love your way. Lots of hearts. We can throw some let's do some purple hearts for my lovely in the comments, because it's definitely tough. Hon, keep your head up. It's difficult, but sometimes we have to learn how to trust our gut. And sometimes we have to learn how to be patient with ourselves and even forgive ourselves, because sometimes we get lost in our relationships and we lose sight of ourselves for things that we would not have settled for before. Okay? But we're all learning, we're all growing. It's a part of the process. Okay? All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this show so far. And if you guys are, make sure you guys are still tagging some people coming on in. Scroll says, if you are always on time, it implies that you have never have anything better you should be doing. Brandon Sanderson got some quotes. But see, now look, now here's the thing, Squirrel. I like to be on time. I like to be on time. But I do be having a lot that I gotta do. I like showing, sometimes I like showing up a little early, you know what I mean? Just that way I can leave early. If I show up early, I can leave early. If I show up on time, I got to stay for a little while and make it look good. You know what I mean? Anyhow, that's my thought process. All right, guys, let's see what we have next. We have Crystal Corner. Oh, I love Crystal Corner. Guys, I've got a really cool one for my Virgos here today, especially because it's Virgo season. And of course, I had to spoil you guys a little bit. We've got our Snowflake Obsidian. Okay, now Snowflake Obsidian is really good for your third eye and your root. This helps with past life recall. So people who are really trying to focus on bonding with their spirit, really connecting, really healing from some traumas, things like that, this is the one for you. Okay, it's first off, it's cool looking as heck, and it gets its name because it has the white blemishes that go throughout. Now, this one's good for balance and purification of the mind and the body and your aura. This helps you solve real life problems. Now, the thing here about our Virgos is they like to work through things. They like to problem solve. They like to have a solid answer. So this really helps you to focus, to get down to the nitty gritty of things and solve your problems. This helps people who have procrastination issues. This helps if you're a daydreamer, especially when you pair it with amethyst. It kind of amplifies those things of self-restriction. So if you're having addictions, things of that nature, this is a really good one to help you overcome those tough obstacles. Also, when you pair this one with petrified wood, these are considered the two oldest stones that you can find. And so those really help you to amplify with solving those problems that you may have. It does help you to break your bad habits. Remember, it's an earthy crystal. So this one to purify and cleanse. Remember, pairing this off with anything, just like our selenite, pairing this off here, that'll help clear it. You can also help clear it out by putting it into the ground, the physical dirt, the earth. Okay. Now, if you're wanting to connect to your angel guides and your spirit, this is a really good one to just sit and meditate with, even having kind of beside your bed, not only for protection, but for purification as well. So this is a full body cleanser, if you will. Really, really good crystal. If you guys want to have one that helps you not only overcome obstacles, but also problem solve, but also helps cleanse and purify you, but also keeps you grounded, well, this is the one for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this crystal. And if you guys would ever buy this crystal, go ahead, let me know. Cost isn't too bad on Snowflake Obsidian. You could literally get one little tumble crystal like this for about $8. And of course, you could get some big towers and things of that nature, but it's a good crystal. Definitely a good one to add to your collection in my Virgos for you guys. Definitely one you want to add to yours. It'll really help you remain balanced. You'll love the energy that it all puts for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed that crystal for today. And of course, if there's a crystal you guys want to see here on the show or want to learn a little bit more about, you guys can, of course, go ahead and drop those in the comments. Of course, I read all of those. So I love to see you guys' thoughts or ideas, or if you guys will have any interest in using this one. All right, so that being said, let's go ahead and take another question. We have Miss Natalie. Natalie says, will me and Nick get together? All right. It's coming off as no. It's coming off as though there's way too much that may be in the way. I feel like Nick is not settled down, may not be prepared for that kind of a relationship or the seriousness of one. So what I would say is you may need to change your perspective and change the thoughts of how you want to have a relationship with this person, and maybe see how things can shape up. Maybe switching the dialogue, maybe seeing where this person's long-term and short-term goals are, because if you're seeing where some of these things that they're wanting, you may notice maybe it's not the flex for you, or maybe it's something that you can only do on a temporary basis. But I feel like there's a little bit more layers to this dynamic than it being just so cut and black and white of, could we get together, or would this person be with me? Because I feel like they would, but I don't feel like it would be a good relationship. There's a lot of toxicness that seems to come out of here. A lot of unresolved emotions that they seem to have. Seems as though there may be someone else who they're still holding on to. So there's a lot of layers to that relationship that I would say you just may want to be cautious of. I would kind of say look more towards having a relationship a little bit more towards the end of the year. But again, I don't necessarily see it being with this specific person. It just seems like they've got a little bit of drama, or they've got some other things about them that could really make your life a little bit difficult. So I would just be cautious with that energy. And again, it's not to say that you can't like that person. It's not to say you can't still entertain that situation, but just be cautious and know what you're getting yourself into. Know that there's some layers about them. Okay. All right, my love. So I hope that helps. And thank you so much for your wonderful question. Guys, we do still have that emoji contest that's going on. So make sure you guys are still sharing as many emojis as you can. Of course, if you're listening in, you guys can join the live chat at any point in time. You guys can jump on in and listen in on our YouTube channel. And of course, you guys want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we've got weekly content that comes out, monthly content and daily content. So you guys don't want to miss those wonderful things. All you guys have to do is hit that subscribe bell, hit the notification bell, and you'll get alerted anytime that we are uploading some new content on here for you. Of course, we've got our live shows all week long. We've got Psychic Scroll with Whispers from the Forest. We got Energy, the Metaphysical Crone, Cassidy the Card Slinger, and of course, Journey Ryan. He's here on Fridays, and boy, is he kicking butts on Fridays. You guys don't want to miss that wonderful show. All right, guys, that being said, let's go ahead and take another question. We have Lighthouse. When will Scott break the no contact? Thank you. Now, we did talk about this a little bit in the lightning round, so let's delve a little bit further, because I did get into the month of September. Okay. Now, here's the thing that I noticed with them as well. It seems as though they're like deliberately holding back on speaking right now. It almost seems to be like waiting for you to make a move, or waiting to see what's about to happen. And so they're kind of standing in the background right now, just kind of looking and seeing what's going to happen. But I feel like it's going to eat at them. And that's the part that it's really interesting. Not being able to have any control, not being able to really communicate, not really getting to know what's going on. I feel like that's going to kind of mess with his head. And that's where you're going to see him kind of pop up and want to have like something to say. Now, in regards to, do I feel like it'll be the most pleasant of conversations? No, I don't either. There's some toxic ties to this entire situation, and I think you know that as well. So I would say just be very cautious of what is said, how you choose to interact with this person. Remember, you can only give them but so much control and so much that they can say. And if you want them to remain out of your life, don't open that door. Okay. Don't allow them all the way in. They can knock, they can bang, they can scream, they can shout, but you have to be the one to open it up to let them in. But what I will say is this person seems to have almost a really aggressive energy in the aspect that they're not going to let the situation just die down. They're not going to just walk away quietly. There's things that they still have to say. There's things that they still want to get across. And they still have a lot of feelings. And I feel like even you still have some emotions that probably aren't dealt with fully here. And well, that's our time, hun. But of course, if you want a more in-depth reading, you can, of course, hit the link to donate for more. JourneyRyanLive.com/donations for a quick read, mini, medium, or a mega. Okay. All right. We've got a quote from Journey. Journey says, "It's okay if you don't like me. Not everyone has good taste." I just know to read his quotes with a little bit of sass at this point in time.
No, not me. Not my quote.
That's just, I gotta put a little bit of attitude in there, because if I don't, it doesn't read the same. You gotta read it with a little bit of tone, if you will. I like to read like I'm watching a play, if you will. So I love to read a good quote. If you guys have any quotes, go ahead and drop those in the comments. Lexi said, "Ha, I love that quote, Journey." He says, "You're welcome." I see the emoji contest still rolling. I see the emoji contest still rolling. I can hear him in my head. And so it gets me every time. You guys are doing a great job here tonight. Let's go ahead and see what we have up next. We have Scorpio. Scorpio says, "Hi, Kay. My cat has been missing for almost 2 weeks. Will she come home, or is she in heaven?" She's not in heaven. I tell you that right now. I can feel that aliveness is still there for sure. But nonetheless, I do feel as though you may have some more time before your cat is found. I really want to keep telling you to look by these dumpsters. Like I'm seeing like a bunch of dumpsters, and I'm not just saying like, oh, I've got a dumpster in the back of my house. No, I'm saying like there almost seems like there's a line of dumpsters where your cat is hiding at or is around. I keep getting extremely parched, like very, 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 very thirsty. So I do feel as though it is something where it is important to try to get there sooner rather than later. But I don't feel as though this is something where you're having to worry about a loss. But yeah, I don't know. When I'm telling you, I'm seeing like a gate, like a fence, and then a row of dumpsters. That is the best thing I can tell you. So if you can drive around, I don't know if you're looking around, if you are close in a local neighborhood, it doesn't feel like it's that far. I would go ahead and look in that vicinity for things. Just look for this fence and look around there. I think that I would say maybe about another week you would have some good luck there. But definitely keep her. I live out in the country surrounded by bush. I thought maybe she got lost. Not in the bush. I don't get in the bush. It's going to be a line. I'm telling you, there's a line of like garbage. You want to check for that. That's where you have to go take a drive back and let me know. Then come back and talk to me. But I do wish you good luck. I definitely hope you do find your kitty cat, okay? I hate when we have our lost ones out there. Lots of love to you, my lovely. And good luck. Squirrel says, what is belief? What is faith? If you don't continue it after failure. Brandon Sanderson again. You know what? I really like that one, Scroll, because I always say that. The true test of faith is when you're going through the roughest of times. What do you do? What do you do? That's your truest calling of your faith is. What do you do whenever you're going through a tough time? Do you cry and say, woe is me, or do you cling to something that your beliefs are? You know, Scorpio says, thank you. That really helps. You're so welcome, love. Sending you best of luck to you. But what is it that you pour yourself into? And, you know, sometimes even me, hey, I'm human as well. I have to sit here and go, honey, what do you believe in? Okay. And it's time for you to put that faith into that, because where there's a will, there is a way. And that's a quote. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have up next. We have Teresa. Teresa says, I just wanted to know if my daughter is going to be okay. She recently got out of an abusive relationship and she's staying with her sister. She is a child and I want her to get full custody. Okay. First off, I'm going to say right away, yes, things are going to get better for her, but she's got a bumpy road. Okay. First of all, I do still feel as though there's ties to this situation. And that doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, I'm going to get back with the ex or anything like that. No, it just means there's ties to that situation as a whole. And so it's not as easy for her to extract herself from the entire situation the way that she may want or she feels that she needs to. This person still has a lot of control mentally over her. And I feel like that's one of the hugest obstacles that she's going to have to work through. I'm going to tell you this, to give her time and remember to pour your love and show your experiences, not necessarily as a lecture, but to just say, hey, I can be empathetic. I can understand. Being that support right now is literally all she needs. She's going to remember this more than anything else. I feel as though moving into next year, she'll be doing a lot better, especially towards the spring season. So around April or May, I feel like there's just more positive things that will kind of start to come into her life. I feel as though she'll have her own place. I feel as though she'll be working. It feels like a bit of the mental haze is kind of uplifted. I do feel as though there's going to be some back and forth in regards to the children aspect of it. But again, that's a thing that it'll be over time and she's just going to have to work through. And the best thing you can do is just be that sense of support right now and understand that her mind is not what it could be in this moment, but she's going to be okay. Keep uplifting, keep pouring in. Okay. Everything's going to be okay, my love. Okay. Thank you so much for your question. You guys, you know, it can be really tough sometimes, especially when it's our family. We want to be able to fix and heal and do. And unfortunately, sometimes people just have to go through their own lessons. It's tough. Yeah. In any case, sending lots of love to you, my lovely. Journey says, if you find me offensive, then I suggest you quit finding me. In facts and period. Journey with the sass today. All right. All right, let's see what we got up next. Oh, it's time for the emoji contest winner. Woo, woo. Let's see who's the winner. Jasmina, you did it, honey. And I see you flossing and tossing and bossing all of those butterflies and green hearts. You are the emoji contest winner tonight, my love. So that means you get an Alice card. Jasmina says, yay! Let's see what we get for you, Jasmina. You did your thing on that one. Did your thing of the thing. All right, Jasmina. Okay. You have a moment's regret. This is nostalgia, idolizing. She said, woo! Idolizing the past and fearing that you made a mistake. Honey, this tells you that You may be going through some things here where you're like, huh, shoulda, coulda, woulda about this or that. There's things that maybe I could have done this a little different, so then this would have happened in this way, or I wish I could have just changed this thing. It's that nostalgia. It's that looking back. It's reflecting on the memories. Well, now it's time to create new ones. Now it's time to live up to a different standard. Now it's time to make some changes and take a leap. Don't worry about what you could have done, what you should have done, how you could have did it. Instead, live in the present, live in the now. You can't worry about what was. You have to worry about what is. Choose to create your own life. Choose to create your own sense of freedom and happiness, and live in that. Live in the moment. Understand you're making your decisions for your now. Understand that you're crossing, your list off for your future. Jasmina says, I am. And this is you getting to progress forward, you getting to move forward, you getting to choose your sense of identity without your past holding you back. Okay. It's only up from here, my love. You have so much more growth, so much more learning, so many more joys defining your life. So don't worry about the past. In fact, let's just create the future as a more brighter and better page for you. You have so many wonderful things that are ahead of you, and don't worry about messing up. Don't. We're all going to make mistakes. Jasmina says many things. We're all going to mess up. We're all going to stumble. That's okay. It's a part of the process. And that's what makes each and every one of our stories so unique. That's what makes us different. And that's what helps us pour out into the world. It's our customized. We're our own little customized person. You get to choose who you're going to be every single day, regardless of what you were yesterday. Okay. So worry not. Don't be so nostalgic. Sit here and look at the future. Plan ahead. All right, Jasmina. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for playing along with me. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. And you guys have been absolutely amazing. And I also want to remind you guys that, of course, we have some more shows here upcoming. Whispers from the Forest with Psychics Girl is tomorrow at 10 p.m. And of course, on Wednesdays, we've got Psychic Energy, the Metaphysical Crone. I love you guys so much for watching. We have a donation. It's Sunflower. Hi, Sunflower. Sunflower with the sunflowers. She said, I wanted to know about my marriage. My husband moved out. Okay, let's go ahead and see about your marriage with your husband. Let's see what happens. All right, so the first thing that I see here, you've got a lot of new beginnings kind of coming for you. There's a lot of things that are, I almost want to say, that are changing or kind of going to be going in a super fast pace. This next 6 months is a whirlwind. I see you kind of really needing to make a lot of decisions. I feel like your partner's kind of going to be trying to hold you back or going to create conflicts or issues for you. There's a sense of dominating control that it seems like they have, things that they want to be their specific way. So it gives off very petty energy that they may be putting out there. Don't pay attention so much to all of the things they may hurl at you, because it seems like there will be things where they try to make you feel a sense of doubt. You have to remember that at the end of the day, they're going to be who they are no matter what. They aren't going to change much. There's not going to be this sense of healing in this situation. They have to go their own way. And this may be a difficult thing to fully let go of, because I feel like there's going to be a sense in time where you guys try to make an amends. But understand there's a lot of energy here where it feels like there's a lack of foundation, and you guys have a lot of things you guys really have to try to work through if you would even attempt to get better. And one of those things is opening up in the way that you guys are dealing with each other, how you're treating each other, how you're giving and pouring in, because it seems like you've been putting a lot, and your emotions have been very much so invested for a very long time. And I feel like with theirs, it's so much more impulsive. There's not this sense of maturity that's there, and you are desiring and wanting and needing more out of them. Unfortunately, I don't feel like they're able to give that right now. I don't think that they want to give that. And that's a sense of that childlike stubbornness that kind of is popping out here. You have more past, you have things that you're going to be moving and kind of elevating yourself to. I don't see you staying stuck down on this level. I don't see you wanting to continue to repeat a certain cycle. It seems like you're going to be holding them very, very much so accountable for the things that they say they're going to do and how they're going to be. And they may not like that. Okay. There is a lack of trust here. There's a lack of being able to pour a lot of energy in them because they have told you several lies and they have kept a lot of things from you. And with that, they've withdrawn the emotions that they're supposed to be pouring into the relationship. And again, this is where I say this is a layered situation. This isn't something where it's quite so easy for either one of you guys. You also need to kind of step up and be very honest in this situation in regards to like where your feelings are, because I don't feel like they've heard you all the way. And I feel like you're in a sense pulling back because you don't know what else to do. You don't know how to proceed forward. And they haven't given you any of those tools. They haven't opened up. They haven't shown you anything any different. It's just been the same thing again and again, repetitive cycles. You've got to be the one to kind of break the habit. You got to be the one to kind of pull yourself back. And I do feel like you're going to be the one who's taken a lot of the action in regards to the divorce process and the separation process and all of this. Where right now they may be firm and they may be pretending as if they don't care or as if it's not a big deal or as if it doesn't bother them. It does. And it eats out of them because they know that there's a lot that they have to carry. But the thing is they don't have the energy to try to fix anything anymore. They're not even attempting to make things any better. And so that's the thing that I want you to keep at the forefront of your head, because they will say things that will be very slick. They will say things that will try to make you feel adverse, but their actions are going to prove everything here. Their actions are going to be the things that's going to show absolutely every single thing that is going on. And it's a shame because the thing is I feel as though there could be maturity in the relationship, and I feel as though this thing could be healed, but they have to start playing their part. You can't do both sides. It's impossible. I feel as though, you know, there's a lot. I almost feel like there's a lot of support that you're needing from the outside. Listen to the people who are around you. I feel like maybe you shut some doors on certain relationships because of your relationship, but maybe it's time to open those doors back up. Maybe it's time to hear some of those people out, because I feel like they maybe were given advice that you weren't ready to hear at that time. And that's okay, because you have to break some of those habits and you have to shift your perspective and things of that nature. I really want you to take some time and really just sit with yourself and really just figure out how to find that sense of balance within you again. Rediscover who you are. I think that's so important in this situation, because a lot of this, it feels like your energy has just been sucked dry. And I feel like you have poured so much. And I'm not just saying, you know, financially, I'm saying time-wise, I'm saying energy-wise, I'm saying love-wise. You have poured a lot into this relationship just to not be given back some of the things that you're needing. And I don't feel like you've been given that same respect and honesty back. And that's a big thing, because without trust, you have nothing. And I think that's a huge part in this as well. So if he's willing to kind of buckle up, speak the truth and say, you know, exactly what it is, and you guys can kind of work through those differences. But it's the lack of accountability. It's the lack of accountability on their part that they're not wanting to do that right now. And that's a huge sense of stubbornness. And you, my love, you're going to be like, okay, you know what? I got to elevate. I got to move on. I've got other things coming for me. I've got more on my path than this. I know I deserve more, because you're going to start uncovering and discovering yourself all over again as you guys go through this process of separation. Sunflower says we have 2 children. Yeah. And you're going to be okay with those children. You guys still have those connections. You guys are still you're still going to have your dealings with them, but you're going to start finding your own path on your own. You're going to start seeing your life with how you can grow and you can kind of evolve and have things that you didn't realize. You're going to find a sense of strength in you that you didn't even realize existed until now. but you've been put in a lot. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot that's been on your plate specifically, and you haven't had the opportunity for them to step up and start showing you that you have value in the relationship and that your family has meaning in the relationship, because there's more that you have to look at, especially in this regards, right? Especially because there's the children. There's more you have to look at versus just you, because they're seeing how you're being treated. They're seeing you guys' relationship and the dynamic and how the way you guys interact with each other, how you guys treat each other, how you guys talk to each other, how you guys are in front of them, how you guys are when you think they can't hear you. All of these things are affecting them, all of them. And you have to make sure that your Sunflower says 12 years. That's a long time. All of these things they're seeing and they're viewing. And I think it's time you've stood up and you've brushed some of those tears to the side. And you said, you know what? I'm getting myself together and I'm going to make sure that I'm okay, because this is a reflection of what they're seeing here. Okay? And it's okay. It's okay to still have a lot of emotions. Honey, that's a long time. I've got emotions after a couple months, let alone a few years like that. You're going to have those emotions, and honey, that's okay. I want you to feel those emotions. I want you to take those emotions in and really be upfront with that as well too, because this is a process. And you may need to talk to someone about it. You may need to go ahead and have a couple friends. You may need to have a therapist. You may need to have a vet buddy, whatever the case may be, a spiritual advisor, whoever that may be. But you need to get all of the, you need to purge. You've got a lot of stuff that's clunked in and you've not released it. And it's a very, very, you can see it. It's happening in your relationships now. Okay. I don't feel as though your partner wants to change. I don't feel as though they have that in them right now. And there's a huge level of just having to accept that we are at odds in this time. And until they are willing to make some changes, this is the way that it will remain. But in that time, you have to continue to grow too. Don't stay stuck because of somebody else. I went ahead and pulled you an Alice card, and literally it's, I want to be queen. And this is state your sovereignty, you choosing, right? You choosing and declaring your own sense of freedom. And this is you passing the test. You have had to make some very tough decisions, and even upcoming, like I said, these next 6 months are going to be tough. You're going to make a lot more tough decisions upcoming, but these are going to be things that elevate you and get you where you need to be. I know right now this is tough, and I know right now your emotions are probably 100 miles over all over the place, and they're going to be that way. But you've got to take every single thing a day at a time and understand you are at control of your life, no one else. And you have to go at the pace of things that you need to, and your healing process is yours and yours alone. Your relationship dynamic is extremely complicated. You guys have a lot of things that you guys are still going to have to navigate and work around. I think having a certain level of space will be very healthy for you guys so that you guys can communicate in the ways that you guys need to. But this is something that I will say, it is a work in progress for sure. And you have to take your time with it. But don't allow yourself to get down too deep down into depression, because you are literally doing the best that you can. And you do have support. You really do. So this too shall pass, Sunflower. I definitely hope that this was helpful to you. Thank you so much for your donation, and a portion of your donation did go to Shriners Children's Hospital. I want to thank you guys all for watching again, and make sure you guys check out Whispers from the Forest tomorrow night at 10. We'll see you all soon.